Welcome, welcome. My name is YUS Kruze, and I'm a retired professor from the University of San Francisco. Welcome to the 10th session of the YUS Show with Yulin, Yildiz, and also Steve. Steve is not here today, but is an occasional participant. So today we have lots of interesting things to talk about. One thing we're going to talk about are holidays. That will be my topic. And Yulin will also talk about peak performance, which has a lot of different dimensions to it, such as physicality and also just the psychological dimensions of peak performance. So I'm going to start right now. I'd like to share the screen with you, and it has to do really with the end of the year holidays here. So unfortunately, I didn't have time to do the election. I was going to do that as a second one, but I think one is more than enough to kind of keep us happy. One of the best features of the YUS program and the YUS Show is that we embrace many different kind of topics. So we talk about many different things. For example, my previous talk was about Zhuangzi. So Zhuangzi is, of course, great Chinese philosopher. But today, I'd like to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is the upcoming holidays here in America. The reason that now I'm turning my mind more to the holidays is that I retired during the summertime, and now I can actually think about the upcoming holidays and participate fully and enjoy them. So we have four big ones coming up: Thanksgiving on November 24th, Hanukkah on December 18th, Christmas on December 25th, and New Year's Day, of course, on New Year's Day. So what are some of the key aspects of these holidays? They're all things that you have to kind of think about and prepare for. So you're already thinking about them maybe a week or two ahead of time. In other words, what kinds of, where are we going to go? Who are we going to see? What's going to happen? So there's a lot of anticipation and preparation, mental preparation, also physical preparation, cleaning up the house if you're going to have visitors and so on. But these holidays usually involve travel. They're so important that if your important family members are not there in your local area, you must travel someplace. Now, I'm very lucky because most of my major family members are here in the San Francisco area, so I don't have really far to travel, and they don't have far to travel to see me. Most of my other family members are in Latvia, and they're just too far away. So I'm not going to travel to Latvia for either Thanksgiving or Hanukkah or any of these other things. Holidays are also a time to buy presents and gifts, especially around Christmas time, but other times too. So for Thanksgiving, for example, we're going to be buying a lot of food, special foods that are going to grace the table over at my daughter's house. We'll be traveling to her house in San Francisco. One other major feature of the holidays is that people really eat a lot and drink a lot. So you gain a lot of weight often. The average American apparently gains about 7 pounds in the course of these 6 or 7 weeks. So it really happens. Now, the events, though, are mostly interactions with family and friends. So, for example, 2 days from now at Thanksgiving, we'll have 14 people at my daughter's house. So there will be a lot of different conversations. Most of them are very friendly, but we also have members who are of a different political persuasion. So we usually don't talk too much about politics with people we don't agree with. So we are very quiet and diplomatic. In America, we have religious holidays. Hanukkah and Christmas, of course, are religious holidays. And so there are also special ceremonies. Sometimes you go to a church. Sometimes there's a special solemn ceremony in the evening at Hanukkah, the lighting of candles, the menorah, and so on. So So there's also a religious aspect to it. But for me, the most important feature about the holidays is that they are very memorable. And so some of the happiest moments in my life, really some of the very happiest moments in my life, were during holidays, Christmas in particular, when the family gets together. This is a family photograph from long, long, long ago, when I still had a sister. My sister unfortunately died some years ago, so she's no longer with me, but I still remember the times that I spent with her. So this is a very early picture of myself with my sister Diana in 1957. So maybe my other good memory is that in Christmas, one Christmas, my parents gave me an electric train. That was the best present I ever got, an electric train, when I was probably 7 or 8 years old. So it was a wonderful time. So I always looked forward to Christmas. It was a time of getting gifts, and now for me, I enjoy giving gifts almost as much as I enjoyed receiving them. It's fun to, give gifts to grandchildren and other people and surprise them with good things. So it's a time of sharing and giving, as well as receiving. So that's been my experience with the holidays, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for listening. Now, Yulin is going to be talking about peak performance, and so we look forward to her comments here. I'll do a stop share, and would like to listen to Yulin's comments about peak performance.
Well,
Yulin.
thank you, Professor Kruze. First of all, congratulations to Professor Kruze. After working hard all his life, now he finally retired. So this is his first holiday after retirement. I'm sure, this is like really, truly, truly, truly happy. Great time. Very well deserved. Long vacation now.
Yes, long vacation.
Enjoy every day. So I know that holiday is a very happy time for everyone. But on the other hand, two things came into my mind. The YUS show is supposed about friendship, so we're just chatting like friends, sharing whatever that's on our mind, and hopefully by sharing what's happening in our lives, we get to know each other better and promote friendship all over the world with the internet's help. So Professor Kruze talked about holiday. Two things came into my mind. One is, the fact that holiday is a happy time gathering, and then so everybody enjoy company of friends and families. Of course, exchange of gifts, enjoy a happy time, and that's one thing. On the other hand, also holiday is a time where people planning for the new year, and many new things will get started in the new year. So, for example, with the New Year's coming, many people will have New Year's resolutions. For start at a personal level, somebody wants to, for example, I want to lose some weight that I gained the 7 pounds or 5 pounds again during the holidays. For some other people, I want to get on a new class and doing something professionally, that I have a great plan to start a business or start a new venture, whatever that is. So because of all these considerations, I thought that I would share about peak performance specifically, because it is well known that within a couple of months, all those New Year's resolutions, most of them are gone. And then the question is, some people made it. How they make it? So peak performance is about how you can be your best. It's not about the thoughts, the idea of wanting to be the best. It's on how. So anyway, I'm going to share screen. I have prepared some slide. Okay, so anyway, before we get on the peak performance, I want to make sure that I touch a little bit on Socrates. I think that 2 months ago, we talked about Socratic method. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. So Socrates famously said so. This is an overview, a review of what is Socratic method. It's basically a Socratic method uses questions to examine the values, principles, and the beliefs of students. Through questioning, the participants strive first to identify and then to defend the moral intuitions about the world which undergird their ways of life. Socratic inquiry deals not with producing a recitation of facts, but demands rather that the participants account for themselves, their thoughts, actions, and their beliefs. Socratic inquiry aims to reveal the motivations and assumptions upon which students lead their lives. This is a list of 10 guidelines to keep in mind when we do that. And this is some ideas to ponder. So for example, evil always comes out of ignorance. Socrates says so. And this is a list of how to have great conversations during the holidays. This is some of the topics that I thought will be interesting. For example, US-China relationship and how do we maintain a good one going forward? Now that we've had our winters in the past few years. Regarding the peak performance, mindfulness is actually very, very important. When you have intention to achieve your best, the probability is higher. That's it. So you start with a thought, you start with the intention. But of course, it's not as easy as it sounds. There's a framework, PETLAB. P stands for physical nature. E stands for environment. T is task. What you're going to do to be able to achieve peak performance. T means timing. How are you going to keep track of yourself? Are you best use of your time? L means learning. We must learn in order to excel to the next level. E means emotions. It's actually super, super important to pay attention to our emotion. And then P is perspectives. If you keep working hard, most likely you're going to be better than yesterday, and tomorrow will be better than today if you today work hard and work smart. And you're going to every day probably you're going to either be at your best peak performance already or you're towards the peak performance. So it is as simple as that. In order to get to peak performance personally, physically, and professionally, it is a lifelong pursuit, lifelong learning. So starting from the new year, some of our friends asked me to start a club so that my friends will work together toward peak performance physically, personally, and professionally. And we call it 5P Club. So we're gonna have more coming in the new year. It will be a lot of fun because it's supposed to be enjoy yourself, enjoy ourselves, and we're going to talk about it during the holidays as well. So of course, we welcome your comments, and please feel free to email us, and we look forward to hearing from you and see how we can work together, have fun, and to be our best peak performance.
Great. Well, thank you, Yulin. Thank you very much for sharing your ideas about peak performance with me as well as everybody. So I look forward to hearing more about this.
Well, I think that we work together. Peak performance is just one aspect of friendship, because we're just helping each other and we're just working together. Because we are social animals. We're not supposed to be just to live by ourselves and be alone, especially during the holidays. So why can't we leverage the friendship, the knowledge from everyone in the community to be our best, to be at the peak performance? It is just fun.
It sounds very good. Sounds a good idea to share. Absolutely. Friendship and peak performance. So thank you very much. And thank you to everybody for tuning in and watching us talk about two things that are close to our hearts: peak performance and holidays here in the United States. Anyway, I'll sign off. We'll both sign off and say goodbye and thank you for listening. Bye bye.